Hello everybody, welcome to this Verbling class. Today's class is a writing class and my name's Amy, so come along and join us. We're going to have a bit of fun today writing about a day in the life of ... or a journal entry from various characters. I've got a list of inspiration for you of different characters that exist around the world, but you're very welcome to think of your own character too and get inspired, and we're going to spend about half the class writing and the other half correcting our work. So while we're waiting for our students to get in here, I'm just going to share a couple of pages with you that you can use to assist you here on Verbling. The first is my Facebook page. That's my Verbling teacher Facebook page, which you can take a look at, and if you like it, and then you can get updates from me about what's going on. You can do this with all the teachers, so it's a good way of keeping in touch with us. If you are looking for some specific information or you're wondering what this is all about, then the best place to go to is verbling.com, and you can visit all of the teacher pages to find out more about the individual teachers at Verbling. So if you take a look at my teacher page, what you will find is some information about me. You can watch some class videos, you can watch some of my introductory video and just get an idea of what my classes are like. You can also check out my calendar, so you can see when my upcoming classes are. At the moment, this right now is a class, but we also do offer private tutoring sessions, which is basically just a class with you and the teacher. And it's a great option if there is something specific that you really want to improve on, if you want to make a bit faster progress, if you just want to ask your teacher some specific stuff, then do go ahead and book a private tutoring session. We do offer very good value trial sessions, so you can meet the teacher beforehand and decide if you think it's going to work out. You can see all of that information on my schedule, which you will find at my Verbling teacher page. And if you do have any further questions for any of the teachers, just get in touch with us using the messaging feature. So let's say hello to our number one student and find out who we've got today. Javier.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. Have I met you before?
No, it's the first time that I actually I joined. I paid for your last class yesterday, but I couldn't attend. So.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, I'm really glad to meet you today, Javier, if I can speak properly. Where are you from?
From Barcelona, Spain.
Ah, wonderful. How is lovely Barcelona? Is it cold over there at the moment?
No, not really. But I'm living in UK, in Plymouth. I don't know
Ah,
if you know.
okay. So you have no idea what Barcelona's like.
No, I don't know. I have my family there, but the weather, I think it's gonna be fine. Better than here. So.
For sure. Although at least in Plymouth you're down south, so it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, you know. Are you from UK as well?
Yes, I'm from Southampton, which isn't far away from Plymouth.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Not a very exciting place, but still. All right, lovely to meet you, Javier.
I want to escape. I want to escape from here.
To be honest, I can't say that I blame you, but it's okay. At least you can go back to Barcelona whenever you want because you're Spanish. Us English people, we're stuck in England for our whole lives. No, that's not true, actually. I've been to Spain too, so awesome.
Okay.
All right, welcome to the class.
Thank you.
Hello, Ismail. How are you? Are you there? Hello, Ismail. Are you able to talk to us? Uh-oh. We froze there for a second. I'm not sure what's happening. Is everything okay? Are you there, Ismail? I can see you moving your mouth, but I can't hear anything. Have you got a microphone activated? Okay. You can hear me fine, right, Javier? It's not my issue, I don't think.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, so I have no idea what's wrong, Ismail, but maybe if you can fiddle around with your settings, it might be that you haven't given Google permission to use your microphone or something. But we will say hello and hopefully get to speak to you in a moment. So guys, what we're going to do is we will, I think we do have other students arriving, but we're just going to carry on for now. Just give me a second. I'm going to upload a file to the Google Drive, and I'm going to share it with you. Basically, today our topic is a day in the life of. So I've got a list of characters for you, and what I want you to do is to write an imaginary journal entry for one of these characters. So you can be as creative as you like. You can make it as funny as you like. Literally, you can write whatever you want. And let's see if we can open that with Google Docs. Super duper. I always encourage you to stretch yourself as much as possible with these writing tasks, because if you just push yourself a little bit, you'll get probably some more corrections out of me, but you might actually get more out of the class. So what I'm going to do first of all is just to share my screen so that you can see the kind of characters that I've given you. Hopefully that's going to work. Awesome. And I'm going to zoom in so that we can see that a bit better. I'll give you the link to this document in a moment so that you can access it yourself. But first of all, I'm just going to get the lovely Javier. If you could just read for us, Javier, all the characters that we have here. And then we're going to get started.
Okay, a day in the life of a Detroit Cop, an Eskimo, a cruise ship captain, a Greenpeace activist, a Somali pirate, a Chinese government official, an Australian kangaroo, a scientist studying the Antarctic, a Royal Navy submarine technician, an Argentinian gaucho, a modern spiritual guru in India, a top London chef, a Cirque du Soleil acrobat, a Canadian polar bear, an Indian craft trader, a Fijian tour operator.
All right, thank you, Javier. Now, as I said before, you might want to make up your own character. Or you might want to choose one of these characters but not tell us which one you've chosen, and we will have to guess from your writing which one. So I'm going to just share this document with you. What I encourage you to do actually is just a second, because this is always a bit tricky. I need to share this one. You're welcome to either write straight onto the document, or you can just write it somewhere else in your computer, and then you can copy and paste it at the end. If I can just get a shareable link. Oh, and it's not working. All right, give me a moment. If you would like to get started, I'm going to try and have a fight with Google Docs and give you a link at some point. So if you can just open a file somewhere else in your computer and take one of these ideas. I'm going to get going so that we have as much writing time as possible. I'm going to give you guys about 20 minutes, and for that time I will be nice and quiet, and you can write. So just let me know how you get on, Javier. If other students arrive, then we'll put them in order of arrival, but you'll be the first I do corrections for.
Okay,
so,
perfect.
I will see you in about 20 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
And the link is there in the Google chat for you if you want to access it. Welcome, Fernando.
Hey teacher, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. Welcome to the class. It's a writing class, so if you would like to just access the document, the link is in the Google chat. Your instructions are to write a journal entry, or an imaginary journal entry, for one of the characters on our list, or another character of your choice. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you probably the same amount of time as Javier, about 20 minutes, and if you have any questions, just let me know.
Okay.
Okay, guys, 5-ish more minutes. So you might want to think about rounding off what you've written or checking everything through. And since we only have 2 students, I might give you a tiny bit longer. Okay, guys, can I just talk to you for a second, find out how you're getting on. So, Javier, how are you doing?
I'm doing, yeah, I think I finished.
You finished?
Yeah, more or less, yeah. So.
All right, perfect. Let's see how Fernando's going.
I need 1 minute more.
All right, no problem. So if you finished, Javier, then we can correct it. Could you copy and paste it into the document for me or into the chat box?
Okay, I'm going now.
Thank you.
It's a bit obvious the history, but
No
where do
problem.
you want to copy the verbal chat, yeah?
Yep, wherever you like. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to put it into the document so that we can see it a bit better.
Okay, that's it.
I'll just make it bigger and then get you to read it. Cool. Okay, Javier, could you read it for us, please?
Yeah. My shift started at 8 a.m. as usual. I woke up at 7:30 a.m. and I had to take a quick shower and put on my uniform as soon as possible. Today would be a difficult day due to my partner was ill, but at least my dog would be with me. I began my knock in the most dangerous neighbor. There the criminal rate is very high and the drug dealers are in every corner. I was a bit nervous because it was a challenge to be alone, and if I have any problem, the backup would have lasted 1 hour. In the meantime, I was having the breakfast in one bar. I heard one strong noise. At the beginning, I wasn't sure about what sort of noise it would be, but there was a second repetition. Now I was sure. There was a gang battle and those noises were shots. Rapidly, I took my transmitter and I asked for backing. But anyway, I had to take a decision, so I went to the spot and by mistake I killed one civilian who had her hands in her pockets. It wasn't a lovely day, but tomorrow it'll be better.
All right, Javier, well done. I think I have a fair idea of which character you picked. But I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to make the corrections and then we'll ask Fernando in a minute when he's finished. So let's have a look. Well done, because you've tried really hard to describe everything and there's a bit of a story going on in here, so that's great. Let's just make a few corrections. So my shift started at 8 o'clock as usual. Well done. I woke up at 7:30 and I had to take a quick shower and put on my uniform as soon as possible. Yeah, that's great. I was just thinking about as soon as possible. It would sound a little bit better to say as soon as I could. Usually, because we're talking about the past, it sounds a bit funny to say as soon as possible because we only usually use it for future things. Like, could you please, finish your homework as soon as possible?
Yeah.
You haven't actually finished it yet. Okay. Today would be a difficult day due to my partner being ill. But at least my dog would be with me. Awesome, you have a police dog. That's cool. Okay, I began my knock. What do you mean by your knock?
This is a Google Translator. So
Okay, Google Translator, we love you, but it's completely wrong. I began my...
Patrol, my patrol.
Your round, maybe?
My patrol, yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the word that we use. We use sometimes beat as well, so maybe that's what Google Translator was trying to do, beat, which is similar to knock, or shift. Any of those are fine. Okay. It just means like where you usually have to go round and check, right?
Yeah. It's I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Okay, so any of those are fine. In the most dangerous neighborhood.
Yeah.
Neighbor is like the actual person who lives nearby.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So there, the criminal rate is very high, and the drug dealers are in every corner, at every corner. Or maybe more exciting would be around every corner, because then it's like, oh, you're not sure what's going to be around the corner. It could be a drug dealer, right?
Okay.
Either of those two. I was a bit nervous because it was a challenge to be alone, absolutely. And if I had any problem, okay, so the tense is a little bit hard in this, Javier, because we're writing a journal entry, right? So everything that we write in there has already happened today.
Yeah.
So what we have to do is we have to take this back into the past, because what you're saying is that before your shift really started, you were hoping there wouldn't be any problems, and if there had been a problem, then you wouldn't have had any backup. So we've got a really difficult conditional tense to use, okay?
Yeah,
So
the condition.
yeah. So
Probably.
what we can say is, if I had any problem,
Okay.
and that's sort of like thinking about it. You can also go back one step further and said, if I had had any problem, but I think we'll stick with this one, okay? Usually we say problems in English, if I had any problems, okay? The backup would have taken,
Mm.
Okay, so if something, we use different verbs with time. If we use the verb to last, we're talking about the duration of an event, okay?
Of an event.
Yeah, so really, because you're waiting for backup, we need to use a different verb to take time, because what it is that the backup takes time to get to you, to arrive to you, right?
Okay.
So you could say my shift lasted for 8 hours, because that's the length of time of the event. But because you're waiting for backup, you need to say would have taken an hour.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? And we might need to add something like to get to me, to arrive, something like that, just to make it a little bit clearer, although that is optional.
Okay.
Okay, well done. So far, so good. So let's just split this up into the next paragraph. So it makes it a bit easier to manage. In the meantime, great. I was having breakfast. We don't say the breakfast, just breakfast in a bar. And I heard with a D. I heard.
The past with the.
No, so yes, the past is with a D. So to hear, I heard.
Yeah, it's always the same.
With a T is hurt. Okay, but it's spelled differently. That means pain. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. At the beginning, I think you mean at first. At the beginning is more like at the beginning of some kind of a, I suppose an event again, really. At the beginning of an experience or an event. But here, because you're talking about when you first heard the noise, we would probably say at first.
Okay.
I wasn't sure about what sort of noise it was. I wasn't sure what sort of noise it was. We don't need to say about.
Okay.
There was a second repetition. Or, because this is a journal entry, you're more likely to use slightly more informal language. So I would probably say, but I heard it again. Rather than there was a second repetition. This just sounds a little bit formal for a journal, okay?
Okay.
But it's not incorrect.
Okay.
Now I was sure there was a gang battle. Oh my gosh, how scary. And those noises were shots. Well done. Rapidly, I took my transmitter and I asked for, what we call it is backup.
Backup. Okay.
Yeah. Backup, which you got up here, yeah?
Yeah.
But anyway, I had to...
I thought that the action was backing, not backup. Okay, yeah, but it's the same for backing.
yeah, it's the same actually, funnily enough, yeah. But anyway, I had to take a decision. So I went to the spot. It's not wrong, it just sounds a bit funny. I think we just need a little bit more explanation. I went to the spot.
The place probably, no?
Yeah, where the noise was coming from, basically. It's not wrong to say spot, it's just that it's a bit strange because I'm not sure exactly which spot you're talking about. So if we add in this, then it makes it much better, much clearer.
Okay, yeah.
And by mistake, I killed one civilian. Yeah, in this case, it's fine to use one because you're emphasizing the number, right? Who had her hands in her pockets. Oh, it wasn't a lovely day. No, but tomorrow will be better because it's tomorrow the subject, right? So you don't really need to say it as well.
Yeah.
All right, do you understand all those corrections, Javier?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it.
Cool. Well done. Awesome writing. Nice choice of events. I'm interested in that you chose a gang fight. Fernando, I guess that you can tell us which character Javier chose. Have you been listening or are you busy writing still?
I chose the same character.
All right, well, we're going to compare the two. That's awesome. Thank you, Javier. So we first of all had a Detroit cop, and second, we're going to have a Detroit cop again. So, can you copy and paste your writing, please, Fernando, and then we're going to...
I already pasted on the chat box.
Oh, okay, sorry, I just hadn't looked. Awesome, thank you. All right, Fernando, I'm going to get you to do the same thing, please, and read.
Okay. A day in the life of a Detroit cop. Yesterday was a long day. When I wake up, I was thinking today is gonna be another boring day. But I didn't know that I was wrong. The day began like always. I ate cereal for breakfast, I drank a cup of coffee. Then I drove to my job. Everything was as a normal day, but you know, in this world you have to be ready to any type of emergency. I received a call from one of the most luxury neighborhoods, and the message was, there is something wrong with my neighbor. I heard someone screaming. Immediately I drove to that house. When I arrived, I saw the man who called me in front of his house. Go inside now, I told him. I got into the neighbor's house. I saw a huge tiger in the backyard and a woman in front of him. Him. I took my gun and screamed, run as fast as you can, to the woman. When I did that, the tiger ran to me and I ran to the kitchen. I didn't want to kill the animal, so I found a bat in the kitchen. When the tiger attacked me, I hit him in the head and he fell asleep. I found that the tiger was property of a circus and he had escaped 2 hours ago. Now I know my life as a police officer sometimes can be a little boring, but if you're a cop, you never know when something is going to happen. For that reason, you have to be ready for everything.
Thank you, Fernando. I love your storyline. Okay, so let's have a look at it and see if we can make any corrections. Yesterday was a long day. When I woke up, I was thinking, we don't need on. We just go straight into thinking you need a comma before speech marks, okay? Today is going to be another boring day. But I didn't know that I was wrong. The day began like always. I ate cereal for breakfast and drank. This is the past simple. Drunk is the past participle, okay?
Okay.
Then don't forget it's always a capital. Then I drove to my job. Everything was as a normal day. If I were you, I would put so far here just to add a little bit of extra excitement because we know that something's going to change soon, right? So
Okay.
far, everything was as a normal day. But, you know, in this work, you have to be ready for something. Any kind of emergency. It's even an escaped tiger. I received a call from one of the most luxury neighborhoods, and the message was, there is something wrong with my neighbor. I heard someone screaming. Immediately, I drove to that house. Cool. Very good so far, Fernando. When I arrived, I saw the man who called me in front of his house. Go inside now, I told him. I got into the neighbor's house. I would put here and I saw a huge tiger in the backyard and a woman in front of it. I took my gun and screamed, "Run as fast as you can!" I think we need an exclamation mark there, definitely, to the woman. When I did that, the tiger ran to me. I think ran towards me, Fernando, makes it more dramatic, okay?
Okay.
If he runs to you, it's like a little dog, you know? Come here, and he runs to you. It's not quite the same, right? So when I did that, the tiger ran towards me, and I ran into the kitchen. I didn't want, because we've got didn't in the past, we don't need want in the past as well, okay? I didn't want to kill the animal, so I found a bat in the kitchen. That's rather handy, I must say. What kind of bat did you find in the kitchen? Was it just a handy, you know, baseball bat that was just lying on the table?
Maybe.
I'm just teasing you, sorry. When the tiger attacked me, I hit him in the head, and I think, really, he wouldn't fall asleep. He would fall unconscious.
Okay, yeah.
Because, you know, it's not quite the same thing. I found out that the tiger was the property of a circus, and he had escaped 2 hours ago. Excellent use of tense. Well done, Fernando. Now, I know my life as a police officer sometimes can be a little boring. Usually we'd say can sometimes. Can sometimes be a little boring. But if you're a cop, you never know when something is going to happen, full stop. For that reason, you have to be ready for, usually we say ready for anything, not ready for everything, but ready for anything, okay?
Okay.
Okay, awesome work, Fernando. That was really superb. Your corrections were few and far between. And I really like your tiger story. It was very funny, so thank you. So how come you guys both chose to be cops? Is there any significance in that, do you think?
It was the first one in the list.
You guys, I'm guessing that neither of you are policemen, are you? No? What are your jobs? What's your job, Fernando?
I'm a student. I am 17 years old.
Do you have plans to be a police officer?
No.
What are you going to be?
I'm gonna be a civil engineer.
Aha, awesome. Did I meet you the other day? Yes, I did, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's really hard to remember in loads of different contexts, but now that you mention you're civil engineer, I remember you. Okay, so no plans to be a cop, even though you may get to work with escaped tigers.
No.
Okay, fair enough. And what about you, Javier? What's your job?
I'm a salesperson.
You're a what?
A salesperson.
A salesperson. What do you sell?
products to my country from UK.
Okay, what kind of products?
Work experience.
Oh, okay, interesting. So nothing to do with being a cop either.
No, no, no.
Did you ever
Like
have a dream of being a cop? Not in Plymouth, I'm sure.
And I'm scared about cops, so I prefer them be in touch with them. Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, although the tiger story is awesome, I think your story was more realistic, Javier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's sad, but
Yeah, and I think it
But
was.
you never know when a tiger can escape.
Okay, true. Okay. That
nice.
is technically true. But I think the gang story is probably, joking aside, is probably something that cops have to face in Detroit like all the time, and I would be absolutely terrified. And I'd also be absolutely terrified if I had to face a tiger. So there you go. And I think it was lucky that there was a baseball bat in their kitchen. All right, so guys, if you would like to take away that document, I've pasted the link there for you again, so hopefully you can access that. Well done for some great writing. I think it was really nice, actually, that you chose the same one, and we got two different stories. I'm wondering if you would mind if I shared your writing on my Facebook page. How do you feel about that?
I don't have copyright, so.
Yes, you do. You have automatic copyright because you are the author. Are you willing to share it with the world?
Yeah. Yeah. You can do
Okay.
it.
How about you, Fernando?
It's okay.
All right. Thank you, guys. It's so nice sometimes for students to see other students' writing work. So, with that in mind, I'm going to go to Facebook now and paste those in. Well done, both of you. Have a great day. And we're going to say bye.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care. See ya.
Okay.